Yo, what's good with y'all? Aquarius, it's been a little minute. About to get in your business and all that. I've been sitting on this for, what does it matter how long I've been sitting on this? We about to get to it right now. I may cuss, but I don't curse. Let's get that situated first. Bars because I'm nice and all that, but we know that already. Right, so enough of me. Let's get to y'all. Hope everybody's feeling well out there. Um, if you need me or you want me, there's a difference between the two, but it might be both. If that's the case, if it's one or the other, all of the links that you need to reach me, to access me for readings and things of that nature will be in the description box. They always will, depending on what type of reading it is. But if it's this type of reading, they're definitely going to be there. All right. And yeah, to show you everything you need to see. Even the website link will be there. So if you want to look at more additional things or what I got in the, coming up in the folds or something like that, you can go to the website too. You know what I'm saying? But all of the links that you need to access me will be in the description box. All right. Now let's get to this reading. Before I get to drawing any decks, drawing any cards, pulling any decks, I need to say this. Channeling these messages first. Aquarius is, some of y'all can benefit from a renewal, a refreshing, or restart of some sort with either a person in a relationship or your identity. For some of y'all, it's both. And for some of y'all, there's even a correlation between the two. Like somehow, I look at it like it's like a personal trainer or a publicist. You know what I'm saying? Like this person can actually assist in helping your image. And it's kind of like you always knew this about that person, this person. But for whatever reason, the relationship or the image has taken a hit of some sort. All right. So even if this is not related to a person, Aquarius, has to deal with your image. All right. There's been a concern. There's been an interference there. A reason, there's a bigger picture reason for this, and it has something to do with, it's just like a larger scale of life. It's not as personal as this reading is probably going to sound. This is like the micromanaged part of it, but there's a larger part to this. There's a lot, like the universe is actually requiring something of you and your counterpart, whoever this person is, if it's a person, or the universe is asking of you to enhance or alter your image in a way that is compatible, that is simpler to deal with. You know what this means. I'm gonna get a little bit more deeper because I got some deets. I ain't gonna hold you. I got some deets. Now, there's, like I said, there's an opportunity for a renewal, for a restart. This restart can relieve some burden that you are carrying with you right now. This burden is heavy on you. I guess those who know, but those who don't. The bottom line is that the burden is partially why you can't connect or get along with particular people that you should and would get along with. Another element that's attached to that is that interference is holding you back from being an optimal you, from being the best you that you can possibly be. Like you got mad potential and you just sitting on it and letting it waste away. And it may be pertaining to some dishonest things happening in your life. I'm just keeping it a being with you, Aquarius. You are partially dishonest. Now, this dishonesty either comes with other people, you being dishonest to other people, or you being dishonest with yourself. I'm feeling more of it being you dishonest with yourself because something is, the unit spirit is asking for you to alter your image. So to me, that tells me it has more to do with you than it does with other people. But you are like trying to like hide this and keep this away from the limelight, from the public life and stuff like that. And granted, I can understand where that comes from, but you don't realize from the outside looking in how this shit look kind of crazy. That's the best way I could say it. I probably could have said it a better way, but I'm trying to connect with my audience. You know what I'm saying? This is not something that I could really say in a posh kind of way. Like, you got some shit going on with you that this is what I'm saying. You're not connecting with your audience. You're not connecting with the people that you could be connecting with, and that it will be benefiting you from connecting with, because some of y'all, and this is for some of y'all, right? If it don't apply, let it fly. Some of y'all are interacting with people of the criminal element, and I'm not telling you to be judgmental and saying that people can't change their lives and stuff like that. I'm talking about y'all are comfortable still communicating with people who still in the game. Like, they're still in it. Their phones are hot and all of that. And you just OBBKB with answering and texting and FaceTime, all the above. You might have even carried a paper bag or two. I'm just keeping it a beam. And you think you're not involved in it enough to actually be snatched up in anything or be implicated in anything. And this is what I'm trying to tell you. The more that you do that, or the longer that it takes for you to get away from that element, the longer it's going to take for you to get involved with the right people, the longer that it's going to take to meet that publicist or that life coach or that personal trainer that's going to get your buns all thickened up and tightened up and looking wild out here for the summer. Look, I'm just keeping it a beam with you. Now, there's a part of your life that's reluctant to be exposed. You don't want to be exposed. There's something going on in your life that you don't want exposed. And I could understand that. That could be a cool thing, Spirit is saying. Okay, that could be a cool thing. But there's nothing going on in your life publicly that can counter that. So it's just like, if you had something going on that is of you, that God wants from you out of life, that you want for yourself, that you don't even know. You probably know, you just like buried it in your subconscious. You don't want to become who you are. You don't want to become who you are, and this makes it so you don't have any right. In the spirit realm, it's like you don't have any right to not want to expose what's going on fucked up in your life. It's kind of like you're in a situation that you don't have to be in. For what reason? I don't know. That's why I'm grabbing the cards. We're gonna really get in your business. I don't know what the reason. I'm not gonna assume. Put it that way. I could feel around and say what I might think it may be because of how many people I've counseled over my years and stuff like that. How many people I've guided. I'll say, yeah, this sounds like a case of, or this looks like a case of. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm just telling you what it is. Some of y'all already know exactly what I'm talking about. Y'all already know exactly what I'm talking about. But some of y'all, that whole image thing that I'm talking about, some of y'all are doing things to make you look like you down. And you're not down. You're not fooling nobody. You're not fooling spirit, is what I'm being told. You're not fooling spirit. So probably maybe some of that unpredictable energy that's involved with being in Aquarius, or just with Aquarius energy in general. It's only but so long that can hold up as well. But it's like, it's either that, or for some of y'all it's the opposite. Y'all are not, like I said, y'all are not altering your image in a way that involves you, that integrates you into something. I don't know what it is. Y'all gotta answer that for me, for yourselves, really. What is it that you are lacking? What type of community are you lacking? What type of relationships are you lacking because of something going on in your personal life? Using the blind spot oracle. There it goes. Spirit said, take it. What do we have here? Sigil 71. I see the flash symbol, like the lightning bolt. Might be something Jupiterian going on here. I do see a moon as well. This looks Saudi Arabian, almost Arabian Nights type shit, right? Even has looked like it got like a little Islamic effect to it. Little musical note. Yeah, I like this deck, man. You gotta listen. 7 and 1 and 8 is the year to 8. I'm gonna pull a Dragon Wisdom card at the end of this reading too, because of that. But 7 and 1 is 8. This is the year of the dragon. This is an 8-year, 2024. I'm going to read this. We're going to get into your business. I'm just keeping it a bean. You know what I mean? Bars. I'm going to get in your business, Aquarius. I've been sitting on this anyway. I've just been like, you know what? I'm going to get them some time. But I got time today, cuz. Depletion. Is that what's going on behind the scenes? You don't even got the energy to deal. Let me read before I get to, like I said, I don't want to assume. If you have drawn this sigil, you are depleted. You can't do what is necessary because you have no energy, and therefore no forward movement can occur until you replenish yourself in some way. People tend to draw this sigil when they are suppressing their exhaustion to the degree that they can't see or admit to the fact that they are depleted. Alternatively, they may see that they are depleted, but are telling themselves that suppressing is part of what I was talking about. And telling themselves it doesn't matter and that they have to carry on doing the same thing anyway. At this time, you need to focus on replenishment. This could be anything that works for you. It could mean doing nothing at all, or perhaps rest, vacation, sleep, relaxation, meditation, reading books, or doing a hobby that fills you with excitement. Watching movies, getting someone to help take stress off you by taking responsibility for certain things off your shoulders. I was talking about burdens, right? I was talking about personal trainers and life coaches, okay? Massages, getting energy work, acupuncture, bubble baths, certain food, yoga, going to places that replenish you, or just being around people who replenish you. Those people that you are avoiding to be in relationships with because you'd rather be in relationships with those other types of people that I was talking about. No shade. It just is what it is. I'm just keeping it a bang with you. And the list goes on and on. If this sigil is appearing for you, it is highly likely that you are currently struggling in a situation or in general in your life relative to receiving. One would think that receiving is as easy as someone giving something to you. The reality is that regardless of whether or not someone gives something to us, we cannot always receive it. All the various positive things that people give to us could fall under the category of love. Attention, gifts, and help are all forms of love, and there are many more. So when we recognize that we can't receive, the things we have to acknowledge is that the thing we really can't receive is love. We can't receive love because we were never loved unconditionally. There were always conditions placed on love and conditions placed on receiving. This makes love and receiving feel bad instead of good. The first ingredient to learning how to receive is recognizing the barriers that we have to receiving. First and foremost, this usually involves distrust of the giver's motives. All too often, we know that the motive for giving love is selfish. People often give because they want to get. In other words, giving is a common way of taking from others. This is why sometimes we can receive and actually feel more depleted. But this is not a good reason to believe that everyone will do that. Sometimes people can actually have concern for your welfare, benefit, and interest and want to give to you because it makes them happy to do that, not because they want to get anything from you. You do not always have to give to get, and this would be one of those times in life to take a risk of receiving from someone who you think might be capable of giving to you because doing so makes them feel closer to you or brings them joy in the doing, not because they think they will get something else from you in return. Pretend that you are like a bird watcher, but a bird watcher for demonstrations of love. All day keep on the lookout for love being given to you as if you have to count and keep track of it. Solicit the help of another person to help you recognize love. Sometimes when we don't recognize love, having a friend observe us in our lives and tell us this is love or that is love helps us to become aware of it. Once you recognize love being given, you have to consciously allow it in. To do this, you can practice feelings, the somatic experience of it. Spend time in the feeling of it. If you are depleted, you may find that you are only taking in energy in one way. For example, some people only consciously take in energy by eating or only through sleeping. It may be a different way of thinking, but you can nourish yourself in all kinds of other ways. When you see something beautiful, you can take in energy as if you are sucking in that beauty through your eyes and filling up your whole body. We can take in energy through breathing. Every time you breathe, imagine you are breathing in energy and seeing it filling up every tiny little cell in your body, your bones, your organs. See yourself filling up with energy like a balloon. Take in energy through your ears. Let every sound you enjoy nourish and fill you up. We can imagine taking energy in from the world around us through our skin as if every pore were a tiny mouth sucking in energy. Hey, yo. This will make you feel less starved and less depleted. The main takeaway from this description that I just gave is that there are other forms of love that you can be taking in and receiving. Pause, it's crazy. But it is. And it's not just love in the most popular way, I guess, that we see it spoken of. And I have to add my own twist in here only because, well, for a couple of reasons. Because I'm an astrologer and I have this method, I have this theory that I feel very strongly about, so I feel it important to interject. Second reason being because I've seen the visions and I've felt the frequencies attached to this reading. Love is conditional. So it's important to understand that. I feel like a lot of y'all have experienced love in a conditional form. Yes, that part of the description was correct. So it makes you look at love in different formats as suspicious, right? But it's a true thing. Love is conditional. Love is, I give you this because I do want that. And it may not be said in those words. It may not be said in that moment. But it is something that is expected of you. Because if we're looking at it from an astrological perspective, love is a balance. It's an energy of two or more people. It has to be balanced out. What's that saying? What's the saying? No good deed goes unpunished. So it's like there's a difference between generosity and love. When you're generous, you just give away. And that's where that saying, no good deed goes unpunished. It's like, oh, you just giving stuff away? Okay, hold my beer. Universe, we're going to teach you something about that. And then people be like, oh, that person stabbed me in the back, or that person did me dirty. And it's just like, oh, well, you was very generous to them, wasn't you? You didn't expect anything in return. And I know some of y'all are like, well, that's not love. That's not unconditional love. And some of y'all maybe have not felt unconditional love. So this is what the description is saying. This is why 71 was drawn. This is why I'm having this discussion with y'all. Love can come in the forms of other things that's not just monetary, right? Because like I said, the most popular version of love is, look, I give you something, you give me something back. I pay the bills, you suck my balls. I'm just keeping it a bean, right? Here it's like, yo, look, what's good with you? A text. You suspicious of that? What you mean what's good with me? Or, long time, stranger, what makes you say that? Somebody tell you something different? Somebody tell you I'm going through something? They lying. It's just like, whoa, Kimosabi, you real defensive right now. Calm your chest areola area. You know what I mean? Those areas. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. But the reason why it's still a form of love is because it's a form of exchange of value. Someone values you. So they say the smallest or the slightest thing just to show their value, and they take out of the gift giving, they take out of the I just cash apped you this or I just Zelled you that. They take out of that because, like I said, that's the most popular, that's the expression of love where we have the higher expectancy of return from, and even to the point where there may be burden placed on it. I feel like a lot of y'all, that is where your burden comes from, because you have been loved conditionally for so long. You don't know what to be loved unconditionally is. You don't even understand the language. So it's preventing you from interacting with people that could actually enhance your life. And I think that's why you are interacting with people along the lines of the underworld. It's because they're so free. I can't say free, but they're so 1 foot in and 1 foot out that they're kind of careless with how they, set conditions upon people in their relationships. They're more careless about it, right? She's like, what you doing? Oh, I'm on a block. Come through. You know what I'm saying? We popping bottles and all that. You know what I'm saying? I've done it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not, again, no shade. It's just like, how old are you now? What area of life are you in or expected to be in right now? Have you let your situation at home get you to the point where your only alternative to experience love on a different level is to go to the block or something along those lines, right? Or it's to go to someone, go to the trap or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, is that Is that what you're left to? Because if so, this is why we're having this discussion. This is why we're having this discussion. So yes, love does come in different forms. And when you can't measure it, what the universe is, just like it said in the book, what the universe is saying is to actually measure it. Like, oh, someone said hello to me today. A bird landed on my shoulder and didn't shit on it. That's beautiful. These are the things that you take heed of, because they're expressions of love. They're expressions of things that are beautiful. And it's just like, no, you don't have to you don't have to perform a magic trick. You don't have to, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to do that thing. Let me get more in your business though. I want to know what's really bothering you. You get in your business. And again, if it don't apply, don't, let it fly. Don't try to force this thing to fit. Pause. But you know what I mean. We're going to check the vibes right now. What's the vibe? What's the vibe with this Aquarius energy? But I knew I was on point. You're carrying a burden. You're prevented. You feel like you're not good enough to be in these other spaces or these other areas or these other relationships. Not that you're not good enough. Nah, that's not what I meant to say. You feel like you got to bring something to the table other than yourself. When these people, they just want you, they're attracted to you. And it's like you're being extra. And these people, they not stupid. You might think you're smarter than them. I'm just keeping it a bean. So y'all think y'all smarter than these people that could actually help y'all and benefit y'all. But these people got souls. You could be the most intelligent one in the room, but these people got souls, and eventually their soul is going to get to your soul. That's what I'm being told, bars, to tell you. So you keep taking that wittiness and that smart, yeah, you're smart. We get that. But these people are looking at souls. That's why it's a whole nother frequency and you puzzled, confused, perplexed, conflicted. I spoke of this energy in the beginning. It got to do with your image. This has to do with your image. You're going backwards with the whole conflicted thing, because when I say going backwards, I'm getting that criminal element of people from your childhood. I'm just keeping it a beam with you. You feel safe around them. You feel safer because the people who have shown you love, as far as like monetary gifts and stuff like that, they look like predators to you now. And this is why you feel it's kind of weird, because the people in the underworld that you feel more drawn to or that you want to hang out with, there's some dangerous people. But they're also some of the happiest people, some of the most generous people, some of the most giving people, some of the most genuine people. But these people that have loved you out of condition, you have not ever seen monsters. They the Scooby-Doo monsters. These monsters are different from the monsters on the block. This is a whole nother level of predatory. This is a whole nother predator. These are like legit predators that you hear about in those rooms. But you don't speak about this with anybody outside of what you got going on. You don't go to the block and speak to them about this. You don't go to the barbecue and speak to them about these people. Maybe you do here and there, but you just speak about like the after effects of it. Nightlife, what I tell you? Nightlife, striptease, gamble, Vegas. You're being more drawn to that, that lights up your life. It makes you feel alive again. Again, it makes you feel like it's like when people are partying and having a good time, it makes it feel genuine. It makes it feel like you don't have to wear a mask or you don't have to be a certain type of way. around these people in order to get more doggy tricks. Right? Oh, what I gotta do to get more tricks for this person? Gotta play with his balls. What else? You know? And I don't even hate to be that descriptive about it. I'm just keeping it a bean, You're kind of like done with the whole dog and pony show. I think that's what it's called, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Get in the comment section, But you're like, come on. I just want to go have fun with people and not being phony around me. But that is actually has you being a little bit phony yourself, because you don't understand what that's doing to your image in contrast to what the future potentially holds for you. Soulmate. See, what I said about souls is people that are attracted to you, they see your soul. I almost feel like saying they want your soul. I don't mean that though. I mean to articulate it in a way that says they see your soul, like they're attracted to your soul. You could front for these people, or it might even be a person, because it's starting to look like it's a person now, right? You could front for this person all you want. This person knows you're smart. They even believe that you think you're smarter than them. However, they have a different frequency. They look for the soul. They don't care about that whole brainiac shit. They do. They're aware of it. They're aware of it. But for them, it all comes down to your soul. They will break that shit down. So, sometimes I say myself, I know that my heart got myself in situations that my brain knew better than. But I also, in different discussions, I say, well, I need to follow my heart. Because I got analysis paralysis, and I'm always thinking about this and thinking about that, and I just want to get out of my head and into my body. Right? And sometimes both remedies work, both strategies work. This is the type of person that sees you for who you are, sees the potential that you have. See, that nightlife thing, what I'm feeling like, there's nothing wrong with that edge, having a little bit of edge to you. You know what I'm saying? Wanting to have a little bit of fun. But it's not what you do, it's how you do it. This person sees that too. They're not trying to play you or trying to shame you. Like, oh, that's what you want to do? You want to strip? Word? They like, yo, where? How? What colors will you wear? What will your name be? Ginger? Like, how we're gonna come up with a good name for you? Because they're looking at your soul. You understand what I'm saying? Is this registering? If this is not registering, you could click off now. What we 27 minutes? You could click off now, because I'm not talking to you, but I feel I'm talking to somebody right now. I don't care if it's one person either. I'm talking to somebody paranoid. See, this is you. There's something going on in your life, or something that happened in your life that you don't want to talk about. You don't want to talk about it. But it makes you insecure and it makes you guarded. I think your soulmate knows this. Your soulmate knows it. You know what your soulmate does? Your soulmate acts dumb. Your soulmate doesn't even ask you the hard questions. And you may have asked yourself this. Oh, we spoke. Why haven't they asked me about it? Like, you just kind of like low-key waiting for them to bring it up. So like, what is it about? Oh, what happened with, if you dated this, they don't ask none of those questions. And it's because they low-key already know. They already know. Why? Because they can see your soul. They listen to what you don't say, as well as listen to what you say. But they can hear what you don't say, and they're like, oh, okay. And they just keeping heart notes of it. Oh, okay. I ain't even going to go there with them because I already know it's a serious situation. When the time comes, they'll speak about it. And I'm not even going to give a fuck. I feel like some of y'all are paranoid that they're going to give a fuck about this like it's a deal breaker. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. These new people in your life, or this new person in your life, you'd be surprised, man. These are not your average predators. I'm not saying that these people aren't great, powerful people either. Don't get it fucked up. But they're not the typical predators that you've used to. I don't know what you got going on back there in detail. But like I said, you got some shit in your history. Or some shit that's currently going on that people ain't got the details about. And you know what else I'm feeling? If anyone has the real details about this, the in and outs on a continuous basis, it's the people from the block, or the people from your past, the people from the child, the people who got one foot in the streets, one foot in prison. Like, it's them. But what you're not realizing is that that's like a crutch. You're using them as crutches. I don't know how long that's going to last for you. Until they get tired of your shit and call you out on it. Like, yo, you're not really being a friend. Because every time we speak, you're speaking about this shit that you decide to stay in. And if they can't help you. They can't help you. And that's not, again, it's not shade. It's just, that's not what they do. You want help in another area, they'll help you. If you get what I mean. Well, the area you need help in, nah. Nope. Masked. Hiding something, concealing something. What is it? Even the cards don't want to tell on you. I can respect it. The cards don't even want to tell on you. I can respect it. But it's holding you back. The book said it, the blind spot book said it, it's holding you back. You're reluctant to get involved with your soulmate or whoever the people that can see your soul. Drowning, you're in over your head, overextended. Spoke about that. Depletion, 71 means depletion. Rock bottom. If you haven't hit rock bottom, look, rock bottom is different for everyone. We're going to have to get into tarot because this deck is usually very telling. This deck, the What's the Vibe deck, doesn't spare anyone. Guess who is sparing right now? You, Aquarius. It's not telling on you. I'm not getting nothing out of it. It's going to look like we're going to have to get more spiritual about this and get into tarot about this. I guess. I'm pressing, right? Am I being a bit aggressive? I want to get to the bottom of this, man. I've been sitting on this information for a minute. Not going to say that there's a particular reason why. Just have. Drowning, over your head, overextended, rock bottom. Like I was saying, rock bottom is different for other people. It may look okay on the outside and everything. Again, I'm talking about image here. I began this discussion talking about image. So I think you are very skilled. This is what it is. You think you are very skilled at not showing that something is going bars on. However, look, and it's like the people that you confide in, they already know. Because that's how you talk to them. You get away, you go, I'm going to keep it a beam with you. You dump on them. Again, I don't know how long that's going to last until they like, yo, you know what? Don't come around here with that shit. Not in the fucking mood. You're going to blow my eyes on. But these other people that can assist you, that can help change your life and stuff like that, they can see it. You're not fooling them, or you're not fooling your soulmate. Just keep it a beam. I'm going to say soulmate because that's the card that picked up. I don't know why I keep trying to force it on a them thing. An emperor. This person is an emperor that I'm talking about because it pops up when I'm talking about them. They're emperor. They have a very structured way about them, way of thinking about them. I think that kind of scares you. I'm just keeping it a beam. I think that intimidates you a little bit because they have the wisdom. See the owl on his emperor's shoulder too? They have the wisdom. They can see behind, they can twist their whole head around and see around everything around them. That's how they've achieved that seat of power. The Page of Cups in reverse. This is telling me that this emperor might even be your soulmate. See, tarot is we're going to get spiritual now, because this is sometimes when you try to be as blunt with that what's the vibe deck, they protect you. Okay. It might have been too exclusive. But this Emperor could be your soulmate. You make it fit the way that it's supposed to. Has you in a way that has you squandering your cup, your emotional cup. So it's for you to say something, again, share something of sentimental value, a gesture back to them, after they could just say the most, because I get that this person isn't the biggest on expressing their heart either, but they are capable of saying kind gestures here and there. Just because of the authority that they possess, they feel confident enough to do it. And you act weird about returning that. You don't realize how much magic it could be in returning that to your soulmate. You don't realize how much fun you're missing out on returning that to your soulmate. And again, you may have your reasons, because that person is so structured. You may think that, I don't know. Let's draw more cards. But there's magic in it. You're missing out on the magic is my point. You're missing out on the magic. Spirit. What is Aquarius running from? Is it, because I'm starting to feel like nobody's really wanting to tell on you. I'm starting to feel like it's a past relationship. What's this? King of Wands. Is it them, Aquarius? Or is this you? Or is this your past relationship? I'm starting to feel like it was a past relationship that where you showed emotions and you got smoked for it. Not like smoked. You got burnt for it. Like you got, like that shit did not work in your favor. And that actually motivated you to have standards. I don't think that you didn't have standards before. It's just that you thought you was in an ideal situation. You thought you was in an ideal relationship. And then come to find out you weren't. So this, I'm seeing, brought some type of wisdom to you as well. See a bird on this shoulder. And I think this is why you've been brought into the folds with this Emperor, because this is the same type of sentiment that y'all share. At least y'all share the same knowledge of that type of experience, to where this is why I'm saying your soulmate doesn't give a fuck about what you went through, yo. They don't care. They probably either went through it too, or they've seen it time and time and time and time again, and they're not going to say you're a bad person because of what you did or what parts you played in it. They don't give a fuck, yo. Just keeping it a being with you. Because they see your soul. Everyone is capable of redemption. But this has motivated you to have more standards and stuff like that. And granted, I'm seeing that that's a good thing, that you went through what you went through. And that it motivated you, because now you honor yourself more. You felt like this past relationship allowed you to be walked on in some type of way. And you've grown out of that. That's not happening again. So that's a great thing. There's something else. Both of these figures are staring off into the... Let me find out both of y'all are on this. You see how both of their faces are like staring off and down at something? And it's like, this card is upside down. It's like y'all are both staring at that emotional cup where there's magic and fun, but y'all are in these positions that are not allowing y'all to go there. So it's like when I'm saying the soulmate knows these things about you, but they're not bringing it up in conversation. They're not questioning you about it. Well, what about your past? Let me hear about your old girlfriends or your old boyfriends. What's up with them? When did you start dating? When did you lose your virginity? They don't ask none of those questions, and it puzzles the fuck out of you. But that's the direction that you should be going in. All that other stuff is going in the other way. The other directions. It puzzles you that this person doesn't question you on that. And you just don't know yet. You know now, you're watching this. They don't give a fuck. You probably think you did some real demonic shit or something, yo. You probably think you did some shit that you can't come back from, or that you have this way about yourself that is like despicable. This person is an emperor. Yo. I think you're afraid of the advancement. I think you're afraid of advancement. Justice in reverse. The relationship with your soulmate is imbalanced. But I'm seeing that that's also warranted because y'all have to fight to find the balance. Y'all have to show gestures of love in order to get balance. I told y'all, love is Venus. Love language is Venus. Balance, harmony, reciprocity, conditions. Sorry to look. No, I'm not. I'm going to give you the news, yo. Love is conditional. And I feel also, okay, it's starting to make sense now. You've learned something from this predator person that you either are still with or that you've been with before when it comes to love conditionally, that you're actually bringing with you into this new relationship or into this soulmate situation, or at least that you're considering. I don't even know if you're going into this relationship. It's like you picked something up from that predator and you said, well, you know what? This does kind of make more sense. I wasn't walking into relationships thinking this way, but now that I've had this experience, I am walking into relationships thinking this way because I'm not getting burned again. I'm not going to give this much and this person doesn't give that much. I'm not going to give this much and this person doesn't reciprocate. And if I got to teach them in a way that uses intellect to do so, I'm going to do that. I'm not going to use a cup of emotions to do that because that's how I got burned. Teaching me a lesson right now. I thought I had it figured out. Oh, keep looking. Keep looking. That justice card came out and put things in its proper perspective. The sun. See, this happiness on the other side of this. You gotta fight for each other's love. Just because a soulmate is a soulmate doesn't mean that you're gonna be with that person either, and it doesn't mean that they got it all figured out for you. It doesn't mean that they're gonna heal you. They could. There's potential there. But are they going to meet your standards? You have standards now. And again, I'm not saying you didn't have standards before, but before you was just more willing to walk into a relationship blind off of the vibes. I vibe with you, you vibe with me, I love you. That's all that matters. That's when you was emotional, and then what happened. And shit, I don't know, maybe you did some, I feel like you're really protected in this reading. Maybe you did some shit that flipped the whole script, bars. I'm nice. Yeah, the all-seeing eye knows. It has something to do with emotions. Maybe there was an emotional outburst. Maybe a fight. Maybe something that was worth being emotional over, or at least understanding to become emotional about. But it might have made you look monstrous. Nonetheless, it made you into what you are now. Your soulmate is drawn to you for a reason. And I'm not saying that they're going to put up with all of your bullshit. They're not. They're still an emperor. They're not going to put up with all of your shit. And this is why it's important that y'all fight for the love. When your life becomes lighter, that's when that drowning shit, you got to get out of that. And I don't know if your soulmate is going to be directly connected to you coming up out of that sea of burden. Maybe it's more of a personal thing. Whatever makes you lighter and makes you feel more energized, use that. Even if it's feeding off of the energy of that soulmate without necessarily being highly interactive with them. Does that make sense? It makes sense if you make it make sense. Yep. Because the lighter you become, the more your life becomes less burdened. The lighter you become, the more you'll be able to communicate more. I think it's really more about you being more vibrant right now, but yeah, that will allow you to be more communicative. And again, I don't even know if it's directly to the soulmate or not, but this is going to let them know that you're in the right state of mind to actually be talked to or to actually be considered. Again, this person, that soulmate, they're a real seasoned person. They don't take a lot of shit, but they may come across more intimidating than they actually can be with you. You know what I'm saying? Like some people are different with other people. I'm not saying they're going to put up with all your shit. They're not. But you'd be surprised what they would put up with. So we got 2 5s that just popped out. We got the 5 of Swords upright and the 5 of Wands in reverse. This 5 of Wands been popping out every time I pull out this deck. This time it's in reverse. So it's about letting go of something that just won't give up. Like you gotta change something. It's a mindset too. Whatever the mindset is that you're carrying right now that causes you to be conflicted, to look the other way, right? Conflicted here. 5 of Swords is a conflicted card. Whatever that mindset is, you see how the snake is wrapping around it, it just refuses to let go. Let it go. Once you let that go, you'll stop competing with, I feel like you're competing with your soulmate in some type of weird fucking way. Because this, for the first time, this card is looking like a couple to me. They got some shit going on that they're not really, when in reverse, it's like they're not really going there, but that's what's going on. It's like testy energy to figure one another out, but it's for the purpose of change. So number 5, right? Take some action to change something about the self, your image I was talking about in the very beginning. This person sees who you are anyway. You could be more relaxed about being who you are around this person. Relaxation is probably something that that person needs to work on as well, because that Emperor looks real stern and rigid. Like, loosen up, buddy. You're real stiff over there. Pause. That's crazy. It feels like it's turning into a love reading that's like a... It's reminding me of a movie. I just can't put my finger on it right now. What's this? The Mother Star. This is an additional card added to this book. Let me see if I can find a definition for this rather quickly. The Mother Star's appearance means you are coming to a place now where you can look back and see that every setback served a purpose and every failure taught you a much needed lesson. The strength, courage, and character you've gained along the way have made you into a unique and resilient person. It's time to step up and embody your full potential. The Mother Star holds a cup and a sword. She wears a pentacle around her neck and is flanked by wands. Her journey and soul exploration connect her in a balanced way to each suit of the minor arcana. And if she appears in a reading where you have a specific yes or no question, she represents a resounding yes. Her guide, the gentle three-eyed winged tiger, is also here to offer you assistance, vision, and strength as you embark on this new chapter of transformation. So perhaps you were carrying a question during this whole reading, Aquarius. If you are, that answer is yes, for one, right? Also, the trials and tribulations that you have went through were all warranted. I kind of got to that, speaking about something in your past that is being hidden, you know. I would say, yeah, that's what it is. That's why the Mother Star came out reversed. This is something that's going on internally and that you're keeping under wraps, but your soulmate can see it. It ain't no hiding it from them. I spoke in plural sense in the beginning, but perhaps it's just the soulmate that can assist you in being some type of life coach or some type of publicist or some type of just assistant in enhancing your image and making you be more real with yourself when it comes to your image. I feel that would take patience as well. This is not some shit that happens overnight, especially when it comes to your image and it's relative to something that you've went through, the twists and turns that got you here. And I'm also hearing that you should not compromise what your standards are, even because it is soulmate. Because in some type of way it is part of what needs to play out here. It's part of the competition. It's part of the Five of Wands in reverse here. Look, I don't know what type of freaky shit y'all got going on. I mean, no, look, it's kind of cute. It's kind of like a feisty energy, but it's between y'all. I think only y'all really know what's going on. It looks like some telepathic shit going on. Like, you know what I'm thinking. You know what I'm thinking. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Alright. Type shit. I'm gonna leave the tarot alone right now. Y'all guys, look, this is gonna have to. I'm not even doing an extended, yo, because this is just too heavy on me. I'm depleted now after doing this reading. And I actually have to do a reading after this, so I'm gonna go replenish my body and take care of myself, adorn myself. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, where's my oil at? You know what I'm saying? You start now. You know what I mean? Taking great care of self and all that. So I know how to properly do it to the utmost. What others involved? You know what I mean? Yeah, that's that vibe right there. You know what I mean? You can't beat the feeling, baby. That's not even a song, and I'm acting like it is. You can't beat these smell goods. I tell you that. Can't beat these smell goods. But yeah, I'm not extending this. The cards are protecting you to an extent, Aquarius. But we kind of know. You know what I mean? We know something's going on. We kind of know. So I'm gonna draw a dragon card, a dragon wisdom card. This is gonna give some guidance into what we may have left out, right, Spirit? Or can look forward to. Spirit, give me the message. Desired, required bars for Aquarius and their situation, their status, this Aquarius energy, wherever Aquarius is in y'all charts. The cross watchers that are watching included. What does the Aquarius energy need to know regarding this? Regarding the Aquarius energy, regarding the situation, regarding the storyline, for those that it applies to, for those that it will apply to. Independence. And you know what I was kind of feeling that too as well, when I was just doing like the last 10 minutes, I would say, of this reading, is that you, Aquarius, want independence so fiercely that you think that it may interfere with your soulmate. You think that's an additional factor apart from what you got going on or what happened in the past. You think that it's an additional factor that may either scare them away or run them off. Look how fiery that dragon is. This is a fierce independence that says, I gotta have this at least, because I refuse to be stepped on again. I refuse to be overlooked. I refuse to have my emotions taken for granted or be duped by my own emotions. I refuse, and the way that I do that is by being an independent person. You might have been codependent on the relationship that you was in before. I'm going to get the definition for this. Hold on. I'm going to get the definition for this independence card. Yeah, because that's what I'm feeling without even reading the definition. If you draw this card, you are ready to think deeply about your family and all your bonds. Learn that as a dragon rider, you are also a high priestess or sorcerer. And as such, you will exercise great care in choosing your family and bonds yourself. Independence and personal responsibility will play a central role in your life from now on. You will find happiness and contentment in your own actions, in your unfettered flights of creativity, and in your own world. Perform a separation ritual for you and your family in all your relationships. This does not mean you should not love and honor your family, friends, colleagues, or pets. It means that individuals are free to be responsible for themselves. There is no need to carry a burden for your father or mother. You do not need to denigrate yourself for your brother or sister to feel better. You do not have to take responsibility for your boss's workload. Independence and personal responsibility mean that you are free. This is the greatest prize for a dragon and its rider. Meditation. Purify the room and play some nice music. Light candles and make yourself comfortable. Now call the coral dragon of happiness to come to you in the room. Visualize this beautiful creature and climb onto its back. It takes you to a very magical place, a crystal cave hidden deep in the sea. The crystals shine brightly, the color of pale coral with flashes of light shooting between crystal points. A dragon woman with beautiful eyes shows you a sword lying shimmering on a large outcrop of crystals. Take it in both hands and cut all the energetic ties that bind you to other creatures. Freedom for every being across all worlds, times, and dimensions. Return the sword to its place and allow the dragon woman to take you back to the room. The deed is done. Carry out this exercise at least 7 times over the next few days. So you feel me? I got a feeling that it ties directly to the people that I said are still in the underworld element, or if they're not literally in the underworld element, these are people that put up with your shit the most. These are people that if you got some juicy, gossipy tea to say, like, they're all ears. They'll hear you out. But in contrast to the people who see your soul or your soulmate, they're like, really? That's what you want to talk about? So they'll switch the subject on you. So, they'll switch the subject on you about something that's at a higher frequency or a higher level, or want to talk about something that even more along the lines of what you deal with or what you're best at, instead of talking about. But it's also that you confide in those people to talk about the more downward shit or the more emotional parts in your life, because you know that they're not going to hurt you. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I said they're more like crutches. So that's kind of like where you cut those ties at. Also, I also felt like your soulmate learns how to love you by you being an independent person. I get the feeling, like I said, like they see your soul. They know you already anyway. They already know this shit. So this is not something that you have to explain to them. But again, I think you may think that it's a deal breaker. Hopefully you get to see this reading, Aquarius. Because you may think that it's a deal breaker. How do you be independent in relationships? Well, it's called interdependent. Right? When you can show up as a family member as the optimal self, you become a very strong link inside of the family chain. I'm going to leave that here. Until next time,